Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be starting my harvesting of raw sticks, my blanks, and I'm going to start the process of gathering in and racking them to dry for the following year. That's a process that you can see through my back catalogue, but in effect I've consolidated all my stock, put it against the back wall. I now have ample room to start this year's harvest. We've had a frost, and you would have seen in one of my, I think my last video, I was out wild camping in the snow. So we've had that cold initial shock to draw all the sap down into the root stock. And I've left it a week, so all the sap should be down there. Majority of the leaves have gone, 95%. So I'm good to start my harvest even down here. Like I said, I fully expect a lot of guys north of the Midlands would have already been into their cutting season, for a good few weeks now. But I'm ready to start. So I'm going to take you into the workshop and let you have a look around at the kit and equipment and what I've done. And then we'll head out into, into my cutting location, and I'll start showing you how I go about cutting and selecting. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just finishing up a coffee. I had to shoot into town because quite simply I needed varnish to finish off an order that I've got to make up. So yeah, let's make this happen. See you out in the workshop. Right, we've got 8 varnish there drying. Sorry I've had the light in, but it's really gloomy and the lights are causing a bit of a flicker. But you can see I've got 8 there drying. Not the best circumstances. And I've got the log fire just ticking over just to provide some drying heat here. Right then, this is what I was talking about. Let me get another light on in here. Right. I say it's a very gloomy day down here in North Cornwall. I've got all my sticks that I can work now, except for halfway along. They've still got another 2 or 3 months drying. That's what was against the back wall. And you can just see it goes right in behind there as well. So I have the sum total of over 800 sticks there in total. Like I said, from pretty much where that broom handle is the old stock, which is what I'm going to use now. If you remember rightly, all this area here, all the way out over that drain cover and out over there, was full. But that's been moved to the very far left of that area there. This is the area I'm going to start filling up with this year's harvest. Right, it's an extremely simple setup to go harvesting this time. Just my bushcraft knife, a grandfather's pocket knife, my folding saw, pair of loppers, my sheath to put my carry kit in, and a small ratchet strap to carry the sticks themselves. Extremely simple, nothing technical. You'll see it how it all comes together and works and how I utilise it when we get over to the cutting area. But yeah, extremely simple kit on this one. Right, we've come to the front of my property and I've got this contraption here which is going to bolt to the roof rack of my car. Whoop. It needs some bolting together, and where it came from is an old swing set for the children, but it's perfect for me to bolt to the roof rack of the car and obviously stack the sticks in this Y piece. We've got a new car. My old car, I used to just throw the complete harvest, put all the seats down right the way through, but I'm not allowed to do that anymore. So what I can't do with that car, I've had to figure out how I can get a harvest back if I go further afield. So this is the mechanism. The bottom bar is going to be bolted to the roof rack. These are going to be bolted together, and I can lay my sticks in here ratchet strap them down and get them home. But I don't have to today because where I'm going is local. So yeah, today I'm on my own two legs walking. Right, I'm in location and my whole kit is here. As you can see, I'm highly mobile. I can get to where I want to get. I'm not hindered by dragging, you know, huge amounts of cutting equipment. I don't need it. I'm only going to take what I can, and I'm not going to burden myself. I don't have transport to get it back home. I'm walking, so quite simply everything has to be portable. I do have some safety glasses. Some of you will probably realise I'm pretty safety conscious about my eyes after what happened, but let's go and find some hazel and start cutting, because predominantly in here I will be cutting hazel. Right, this is a hazel tree. This one here, or the main trunk's over there. I'm going to just tell you a little bit what I'm going to harvest from it and why, and my thinking behind that process. So there's the tree, or the main bulk of the tree, the trunk coming down, and it goes down into the stump where it branches off again, and you've got some smaller main trunks coming off. You've also got these runners or small shoots coming off. They're probably a couple years old, but they're of no value to me. They're just too small. The main trunks, obviously too big for me to use, and you wouldn't take those because they're the backbone, the mainstay of the tree, where all the health is. So don't touch them if you don't need to. And these ones here, as you can see, they're just too bent, knotty and gnarly. They're of no value to me. The same as this one here. You can see it offers me nothing as a stick maker. Here you've got the first year shoots coming off. But in amongst it, I've got two here. I'll take you up there, which I'm going to take. So I'm going to take this one. As you can see, that's a perfect size for a stick, and I'll take it down here. There is another one I'm going to take there, so I'm taking two from all this tree. What will happen is where I take those next year, you'll probably get 3, 4, even 5 or 6 of these coming out of that area. Hazel trees actually thrive if they're coppiced, and they have been coppiced by humans for thousands of years. Incidentally, this is one I took possibly last year, and as you can see, it's got all those runners coming off, and there's probably the best part of about 10 coming off there. And if you take it from the base or near the base, not too close to the base but just a little bit further up, you will get possibly even more on occasions. Right, I've just found this one here. I'm going to take from there, and if you follow it up through, it's going to be a bit difficult with the skyline lighting. I'm going to be able to get 2, if not 3 hiking sticks from that. But as you can see, look at all those shoots. What I take there is not going to hurt the tree. From there, you will get probably 5 or 6 shoots next year. Yet again, here's one I harvested possibly last year or the year before, because that looks like it's a year old anyway. But you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, there's 4 shoots. 2 of them have been broke off, so you've got 2 surviving ones there that are really healthy. And because that's been taken off, these nodes is beginning to force. These are year-old shoots there. So as you can see, taking 1 has given rise to 2, 6. 2 have failed, so you've still got 4. Right, what you're looking at there is deer damage, where deers strip all the bark. Hasn't gone round the back, so there's a chance it might live, but quite often they'll nibble right the way round the back, and that's called ringing. And once you do that, the tree dies or the shoot dies. There is still a chance. The one next to it looks like it's gone. This one here is the same. All the juiciest and fresh bark has been taken by the deers. Now, one of my golden rules when I'm harvesting is don't climb for a stick. You may be tempted to climb, but it's not worth hurting yourself and you know, risking injury or even worse for climbing for sticks. If you can't get it easily on the ground, don't bother. There's enough risks in here as it is, and I'll just show you just a couple examples of what I'm dealing with. Right, all along the ground here there are sunken rabbit holes, and a lot of them are disused and covered with leaves and twigs. So when you walk on top of them, you could easily snap an ankle or leg disappearing down there, if you're not, you know, looking out or aware that they are there. Now this tree here is actually a hawthorn, and if you walk into one of these spikes there, you're in trouble. They're kind of like, some of them are sort of like 3-4 inches long at the biggest ones, but they would do you a lot of damage and harm. It's almost like some medieval battle weapon. It is not pleasant. Turn around quickly, you could have your face in amongst all this. Totally wicked. Got some fresh rabbit poo, so even though some of these holes look like they're not used, there are still rabbits in here. Right, this is an interesting one. I got a limb running across the ground, and I've got two which I'm considering taking. I'm going to take them, but they look okay, perfect to bark on this side, but we'll go around the back. And yet again, you can see the deers have been at them. I can still use them. I'll just sand all that away. There won't be a barked stick. Right, I'm going to take this, but I'm going to try and not to damage these young shoots. They're this year's, so where can I get at this one the best? Probably up here. There. Well, that concludes my first harvest of 2024. I'm going to count how many pieces, but I've easily got 12 or more, so I'm quite happy with that. It was just a quick foray out. Obviously I will go out for longer durations and get more substantial amounts, but this is quite typical for me. If I've only got an hour or hour and a half I can spare, right the way through till end of season, I'll just go out and get, you know, 10, 12 pieces, 8 pieces even, and on a bad day I've had 4 or even 6. But I've got to keep racking up the numbers to give me stock to work next year. So yeah, there'll be many more of these. Right, this is actually getting quite heavy, and when you've got a bundle like this, you really do know you're carrying it. And I've got a sweat on because I'm having to push through stuff like this, and it's quite tight and dense, and I'm ducking and diving and weaving in and out. I'm setting off all the magpies. I can hear magpies chattering all the way along where I'm walking. Right then guys, this is how I carry my sticks. Ratchet strap on the back, the heaviest end. This is all the base of the sticks I cut, which is the heaviest. The ratchet strap together, and I tie it round that way, giving me a carrying strap here. It's the best way I've found to move sticks. I don't know how many's here, But at this size, wherever you are trying to get it back, you know, getting it out of a location you're cutting, this is about the most you want to carry. You know, maybe less than this. It depends how fit you are, but carrying this weight of green wood, you know, if you're not careful, could actually strain yourself or hurt yourself. But that is a fair lump of sticks there. Right then, let's see how many we've got. I've got no idea. I think I know I've gone past 12, which was my target. So let's get this off. Just started raining as well, and I've been told I've got a few domestic chores I got to do as well. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pieces. Right, so that was a mega, well, I'm really pleased with that harvest. First harvest, 18 pieces. Now it's to get them racked in there. There you go. Right, what, 18 sticks. Versus around sort of like 800. Oh boy. I've got a lot of work to do to get to this amount over there. Well then guys, that was a very productive hour or so out to get. I ended up with more sticks than I actually thought. They're not the best quality, and when I say best quality, as a stick maker, that references the ease to which you turn that product into the final hiking stick. Those there will have a lot more work to do than some locations I go to where they're already ruler straight and there's very few blemishes, but they will make fine hiking sticks by the time they come out of this workshop. And yeah, that was very productive, so I'm very happy with that. And thanks guys for coming along if you stayed to the end just to see a little bit of a stick maker actually having to work. Most people will think of the craft in a nice workshop, listening to the radio, coffee, chocolate biscuits, and the world is fine. But for a stick maker, this time of year is where the hard physical work is, and you've got to get out there and make it happen. That amount of wood that you saw me carrying was akin to carrying a small log around with you while you're extracting yourself out of the cutting location. In fact, even my other location, even though, you know, I don't have to go far to get huge volumes of sticks, I've still got to lug them up a valley to my vehicle. So yeah, there is work involved, and this is the time of year. But it's pleasant time of work, and pleasant work, and it's that time of year I enjoy it. So I'm going to call this video to a close. Oh, I'll just let you have a look at this. I just had to go and pick a hiking stick up from a shop, or a shop that bought a load of hiking sticks from me, and it's got a rough ticket to say, basically saying to be taken away by the stick maker. Not a problem with it. It's just somebody wants a custom stick like this, but without my logo. So I'm happy to oblige. So instead of my big logo there, all I put at the very bottom is a very small faint FL underscored for like folklore instead of my big one. So I've got to crack on and produce an identical copy to this, but without my logo. Right then, I just thought I'd just show you that. But I might as well end it here. Take care, stay safe, and hope to catch you guys on the trail.